darkness, your love is breaking through. Kings and their kingdoms all bow down to you. Zion's gates are open, New Jerusalem, city of our God is finally coming down. Your light overtakes the darkness, your love is breaking through. Kings and the kingdoms all bow down to you. Zion's gates are open, New Jerusalem, city of our God is finally coming down. Your light overtakes the darkness, your love is breaking through. Kings and the kingdoms all bow down to you. Zion's gates are open, New Jerusalem, city of our God is finally coming down. This thing is turning around, and I see the kingdom coming down on earth right here, right now. Our God is moving. Our God is moving. Our God is moving. Nations are turning and hearts are burning for the man of grace and truth. Nothing can stop him. There are no limits to what our God can do. Nations are turning and hearts are burning for the man of grace and truth. Nothing can stop him. There are no limits to what our God can do. This thing is turning around, and I see the kingdom coming down on earth right here, right now. Our God is moving. The broken-hearted, healed and mended, sons and daughters are restored. We are the image of the Father, a ray of light breaking forth. The broken-hearted, healed and mended, sons and daughters are restored. We are the image of the Father, a ray of light breaking forth. This thing's turning around, and I see the kingdom coming down on earth right here, right now. Our God is moving. overtakes the darkness. Your love is breaking through. Kings and the kingdoms all bow down to you. Zion's gates are open, New Jerusalem, city of our God is finally coming down. Your light overtakes the darkness. Your love is breaking through. Kings and the kingdoms all bow down to you. Zion's gates are open, New Jerusalem, city of our God is finally coming down. Your light overtakes the darkness. Your love is breaking through. Kings and the kingdoms all bow down to you. Zion's gates are open, New Jerusalem, city of our God is finally coming down. This thing's turning around, and I see the kingdom coming down on earth right here, right now. Our God is moving. Our God is moving. Our God is moving. Nations are turning and hearts are burning for the man of grace and truth. Nothing can stop him. There are no limits to what our God can do. Nations are turning and hearts are burning for the man of grace and truth. Nothing can stop him. There are no limits to what our God can do. This thing is turning around, and I see the kingdom coming down on earth right here, right now. Our God is moving. The broken-hearted, healed and mended, sons and daughters are restored. We are the image of the Father, a ray of light breaking forth.
I want to encourage you to, even if you want to come a little closer, sometimes it's a little awkward for me. Y'all feel so far away. And so if you want to come a little closer, I'd be happy with that. But even more than that, I just want to encourage you tonight to enter in and to let's just go for it together. Love you guys. It's going to be awesome. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
faithful. Say faithful you are. Faithful forever you will be. Faithful you are. All your promises are yes and amen. All your promises, all your promises, yes and amen. Yes, they are. Yeah, come on, let's just remember His promises tonight. Father of kindness, you have poured out grace. You brought me out of darkness. You have filled me with peace. Giver of mercy, you're my help in time of need. Lord, I can't help but sing. Come on, faithful. Say faithful you are, and faithful forever you will be. Faithful you are. All your promises are yes and amen. All your promises. All your promises are yes and amen. Faithful, say faithful you are, and faithful forever you will be. Faithful you are. Oh, your promises are yes and amen. All your promises are yes and amen. Yes and amen. Oh, yes they are, Lord. Yes and amen. Sing beautiful Savior. Oh, beautiful Savior, you have brought me here. You pulled me from the ashes. You have broken every curse. Blessed Redeemer, you have set this captive free. Oh, Lord, I can't help but sing. Yeah, faithful. Oh, faithful you are, and faithful forever you will be. Faithful you are. confidence is your faithfulness, and I will rest in your promises. My confidence is your faithfulness. I will rest in your promises. My confidence is your faithfulness, and I will rest in your promises. My confidence is your faithfulness. I will rest in your promises. My confidence is your faithfulness. I will rest in your promises. My confidence is your faithfulness. Oh, faithful you are, and faithful forever you will be. Faithful you are. Your promises, all your promises are yes and amen. All your promises are yes and amen. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Come on, every promise, yes and amen. Every promise, oh yes and amen. If you said it, oh I believe it. Yeah, if you said it, Lord, I believe it. If you said it, I believe it. Oh, if you said it, oh, I believe it. Oh, because all your promises are yes and amen. All your promises are yes and amen. Already done. All your promises are yes and amen. All your promises are yes and amen. Let's just exercise some faith tonight. I want you to recall the promises of God. And let's see it already done. Already done. Already done. Already done. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's already done. I can see it now. Already done. I can see it now. Already done. I can see it now. Already done. It's already done. Yeah. Come on, say that. I can see it now. Already done. I can see it now. Already done. Oh, I can see it now. Already done. Say it's already done. It's already done. It's already done. It's already done. Yeah. 'Cause you're a faithful God. You're a faithful God. You're good and you never change. And you never change, oh. You are good and you never change. No, no, you never let go. Through the calm and through the storm, oh no, you never let go. And every high and every low, oh no, you never let go. Lord, you never let go of me. Yeah, you're faithful, Lord. Let's sing that together. Say, oh no, you never let go. Through the calm, through the storm, oh no, you never let go. And every high and every low, oh no, you never let go. You never let go of me. Never let go. You say, oh no, you never let go. Through the calm, through the storm, oh no, you never let go. And every high and every low, oh no, you never let go. Lord, you never let go of me. Yeah, say it again. Oh no, you never let go. Through For my God is with me. And if my God is with me, whom then shall I fear? Whom then shall I fear? I will fear no evil. For my God is with me. And if my God is with me, whom then shall I fear? Whom then shall I fear? I will fear no evil. For my God is with me. And if my God is with me, whom then shall I fear? Whom then shall I fear? Whom then shall I fear? Whom then shall I? Oh, whom then shall I fear? Whom then shall I? Whom then shall I fear? Whom then shall I fear? Come on, let's lift our voices. Come on, lift your voice. Oh, lift your voice. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, come on. Oh, He is victorious. Hey, and I am victorious. He is victorious. We are victorious. Oh, yes we are. Yes we are. Yes we are. Yeah. Whom then shall I fear? 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 And oh no, you never let go through the calm, through the storm. Oh no, you never let go in every high, every low. Oh no, you never let go, Lord. You never let go of me. Come on, let's declare that again. We say, oh no, you never let go through the calm, trust you. Oh, I trust you when it feels like I'm falling. Oh, I trust you. I trust you. I trust you. I trust you. Oh, I trust you when it feels like I'm falling. I trust you. I trust you. I trust you. I trust you. Lord, I trust you. I trust you. When it feels like I'm falling, I trust you. Yeah, I trust you. Lord, I trust you. Oh, I trust you. I trust you. And when it feels like I'm falling, I trust you. Yes, I do, Lord. Say, I trust you. I trust you. I trust you. I trust you. And when it feels like I'm falling, I trust you.
I feel something really strong surrounding the idea of stirring the family up by way of remembrance. 2 Peter 1:13, Peter says in this passage, the first passage in the book of 2 Peter, he starts to talk about how the Lord has revealed it to him that he's soon to leave this earthly tabernacle. He's soon to leave this tent that he calls a body and go be with the Lord. And he says, before I go, I want to make it clear to you that until the day that the Lord takes me to heaven, I want to stir you up by way of remembrance, the things that we have both witnessed and seen, and the prophetic words that we've heard from the prophets. I I think it's fair to say, at least for me, I'm in need of some encouragement with the time that I'm in. This has been an extremely difficult last couple of months, at least for me. I don't know about the rest of you, but I've been through a process that I really have never been through before, and it's been challenging. It's been very challenging for me, to the point that I've had to process things through my heart that I thought would never have to be processed through my heart, and it's not been fun. Jessica said yes, so at least one person agrees. Bless God. There we go. But I want to just drop this and then give it back to Pastor Johnson. One of the first things our apostle said to us when we met under this awning here, the first time we came back after the first lockdown, is he said, on the other side of a season of restriction is coming unprecedented permission. And then he married that with the thought of a light-filled, luminescent anthropology. A culture of people full of light. You can't get there without going through the narrow straits of Hebrews 12:27, where the writer of Hebrews says that the Lord will shake everything that can be shaken until that which is unshakable remains. 5 years ago, our apostle, again, stood in front of us in the middle of a revival service and taught us about how fruit farmers will pinch the buds of immature trees that are not yet ready to bear the weight of the fruit that they're designed to bear. There's a really easy example. You just drive out into the country and you see peach trees. And the peach farmers, they'll just pinch the buds of the unprepared, immature trees. And I thought at that time, well, my God, I got through it. I'm joined. I'm here. And now I'm ready for this fruit that I'm designed for. And I can't describe to you how much of a dream come true this place has been for me. How my heart has done nothing. Since I tasted of the real thing, I have had one burning desire in my life. That the presence of Jesus would be everything to me, and that I would get to live with a community of people who like-minded with me. The presence of Jesus was everything to them, and in the middle of all of this swirling, we get into 5.5 years of unprecedented revival. And my God, we're going to build the building. And we're going to take this thing into the dimension that Abba has designed for us to take it into. And then COVID hits. And I don't know a soul on the earth that hates disease as much as I do. I will tell you that. I know there are other folks that might fist fight me over that. I don't know. You're just wrong. I hate it more than you do. I promise you. And watching as disease pushes me around and tells me where I can go, where I can't go. I can go to church and then I can't go to church. And the Lord's pinching buds. He's pinching buds because we weren't yet ready for what the Lord was going to release to this family. Think about it. The last time, and I'll leave you with this thought, the last time this body of people were winnowed down the way we're being winnowed right now. John 15 calls it pruning. The last time we were pruned this way, on the other side of that pruning was birthed what we call Carolina Revival. This expression that we've been in for 5.5 years, an expression for what was, to me, salvation and a dream come true, and the greatest thing my heart had ever experienced was birthed on the other side of necessary pruning. What is the Lord about to do inside of a family that has said yes to remaining in the middle of a really difficult process? What's He about to do through your life? You've said yes. You've set your heart on a pilgrimage. You're going through the valley of Basah, and on the other side, what is it? What's on the other side? The city of the living God. We're really going to get to be an anthropology of light. We're really going to get to be all that has been prophesied about this house? I want to encourage you tonight. On the other side of this pruning, you're going to get to see the dreams of your heart come to pass in a way that would not have previously been possible. I just want to stir faith. I feel faith in here. I want to stir faith. All the prophetic words that have been spoken about this house will yet come to pass. Come on, lift your hands. Lift your hands. Lift your hands. Just begin to release a sound. Just begin to release a sound.
God is with me, and if my God is with me, whom then shall I fear? 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 I will fear no evil. my God is with me, and if my God is with me, whom then shall I fear? 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 And oh no, you never let go through the calm, through the storm. Oh no, you never let go in every high and every low. You never let go, Lord. You never let go of me. You never let go of me. You hold my hand. You hold my hand. You hold my hand. You hold my hand.
Call that they were gone, but you were so close to me. You never left me. You've always been steady. So I remember when I remember when it was all impossible. Oh, but you made it possible. Now I'm living in a dream. I'm living my dreams, 'cause you were steady for me. So thank be this good, but it is. Oh, it is. Oh, it is. Oh, it shouldn't be this easy. Oh, but it's easy. You're faithful.
Just lift your hands up with me. Continue just to give him thanks. That thanksgiving is the most important piece of our response to what is going on in this room tonight. Come on, let it rise up. This is where it's sealed in the unseen realm. Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. Just release that sound. Release that sound. That's right. Come on, let it come. Let it turn into a song. Let it turn into your own song. Your own song of thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Oh, no, you can't be silent. Let it rise up. I want you to stay in that place of seeing that promise, seeing that light. I want you just to focus in on that. Let that thing come clear. I want you to, I believe the Lord's going to give you such a spirit of remembrance and faith and envisioning that what you have been believing and trusting for, you're going to be able to see it as if it's already manifested. That's that Thanksgiving. Let me just give you a minute or two to do that. We're not in a hurry. There's so much prophetic remembrance going on in here right now. This is strong, you guys. Come on, just stay right in there. Finish what he's showing you. Finish what he's giving you in your mind right now. Some of you need to see yourself having children. Come on. That didn't drop in here by accident. I see wombs right now just being caught up in the swirl of effervescence, reproductive effervescence. Some of you right now are coming out of agreement with a doctor's verdict over your womb or past experience. And you're reaching into the timeless dimension. I feel that. Into the timeless dimension, and it's already been said once tonight, where all things are possible. And if you just need to kind of reach up there and grab that and pull it into your heart, just do that. Because you've been given a freedom right here in this moment to begin to see some things you couldn't see back in the car on the way here. So let that come in. Pull it into your heart. Pull it into your heart. That's not the only thing. Wombs aren't the only thing. I see bodies that have been stuck in certain states of health or dis-ease. I see a flow around that. I see it in joints. Come on, just see with me. See with me. See some things happening in your body. I don't care if it's trivial. I've got a fingernail that has been wanting to split all the time right here, and it can get quite painful for 15 years. Why do I have to say, well, I guess I just got to get used to that? Does anybody in here believe he can take care of a fingernail that has a tendency to split? Okay, come on. His eyes on the sparrow, his eyes on that. Come on. Come on, believe with me. Just begin to see. What does it mean to believe? Begin to see. And go, you know, I'm seeing that. Because it's, as she said a while ago, it's easy. Right now, it's real easy. So I want to seize this moment and let you begin to create some possibilities because of the atmosphere in this place. Come on, don't blow back on that. I feel it. It's easy. It's real easy. Love makes it easy. His constancy makes it easy. The fact that we've been reminded tonight that he will never, ever, ever let us go can begin to do some healing in here tonight. It's been taught us a while ago. These pinch points, you feel those? Come on, it's a growth process where you have felt pinched and felt infertile, lobbed off, cut off. Begin to see it as a growth point. I see growth coming out of what was a stub. Come on. Some of you right now need to let a little bit of despair, disappointment. There's freedom for that too. I just see a swirl of love coming around disappointment. And once that gets dislodged in you, over loss, Jess, over loss. They're gone. They're gone. I can hear somebody saying, they're gone. They're gone. I see his love coming around what seems to be totally gone. And I'm telling you right here tonight, there's a connection beyond death. There's a connection beyond what seems permanent, what seems like a line that you cannot cross over and you cannot connect with. Come on. I believe in a cloud of witnesses. I believe in a cloud of witnesses. And I believe there's access to the cloud of witnesses, and I believe the cloud of witnesses can have access to us. I feel that tonight. They're not as gone as you've said they've been gone. Come on, get around this. I feel it. This is where it starts. This is where it starts. In a moment like this, where Ben called us into remembrance, which is, oh gosh, there was a promise he gave me 15 years ago, but this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and you began to give up on it, but you know it's the Lord, right? Well, in a moment right now, that thing can be retrieved. I see promises being retrieved, and it's as easy as going, I feel confident tonight that I can grab that one back and bring it back into time, bring it back into space, bring it back into side of me. And I want to teach on this. I feel this, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. This is a prophetic flow, so stay with us. We'll stay here how long we need to. So I want this to get grafted in enough, birthed enough in you, so that when you go home, you don't lose it. You don't lose it. You steward it. You have need of endurance. I heard that a while ago. Hear me? You have need of endurance. You've got to stay with what has been promised. And a moment like tonight can give you enough encouragement to have endurance. Some of these things you're seeing are going to take some time to bring into reality. Some are going to come like this. Boom, boom, boom. But there are going to be some of you who are going to stay with this tomorrow, next week, maybe next year. I know there's some things I'm believing God for, hear me, that are beyond my lifetime. Do I look discouraged? No, because I'm going to endure so that some of you who are in your 20s, who are going to live 50 years longer than me, 60 years longer than me, you're going to be able to see it. And my legacy is to endure so that the thing that got started in me can come to fruition through you or maybe your children. You good with that? Come on, receive that tonight. I feel that. We've got to get transgenerational on this. Some of the promises that are coming out of a cloud tonight are intergenerational promises. I love it that we got so many small children in here tonight. It's really good. It's really good. Come on. Stay engaged. Stay engaged. Feel that thing stirring in the womb of your spirit. And it looks like an impossible mountain. Just begin to nurture that thing by faith into reality. Come on, we're 7 years into Carolina Revival. 7 years into this. 7 years into birthing some things. I can hear Damon's voice from the past of a vision of children's hospitals, of hospitals being emptied out. Come on, can you see that? We're not seeing that just yet, but I'm not discouraged by that because he's doing some pinching in a family, if you can get a hold of this, that'll make that fruitful and possible. The growth that's going to come out of your current pinch could be the growth that produces the seed that empties hospitals. We've got a little ways to go to get there, but by golly, and tonight, come on, engage with me. I feel this is one of the most important services we've had in I don't know how long. So this is good, but we're out in the pavilion, who cares? You know what goes on in that white building is transferable, right? Amen. In fact, it's supposed to break out of that building. I feel it breaking out tonight, right now in your heart. So stay engaged. See some stuff. It's easy. See some realities. See something that somebody said, that's not possible. Some of you have been told, well, you're just chasing a fairy tale. I want to say to you tonight, keep chasing that fairy tale. One generation's fairy tales is the next generation's reality. Somebody's got to do this. I didn't sign up for business as usual. I didn't sign up for normal. Yes, it's turned out to be different and at times more difficult than when I gave my big yes 24 years ago. But tonight, and I said this last Saturday night, I feel more faith rising up in me than I think I ever have. In being, as you said it, in perhaps the most pinched moment we've all been in. You may not have felt it personally, but our country, our culture is in an incredible pinch moment. We're at least 18 to 19 months into it, and it's much bigger than a COVID pandemic. It's political, it's cultural, it's a lot of stuff. Let's embrace that. Embrace it. It's a pinch moment. Pinch moment. What if I reached out tonight and pinched you, what's your first response? Ouch. That was a little more aggressive. Hit back. But if you can embrace the ouch part of the pinch, and hear me loud and clear, let's just be real. Can we be real? Because she was real. You took us into a dimension of reality tonight with the baby and with the loss. So you were told you couldn't have children? That's insane. I never knew that, or if I did, it didn't. Wow. Now you got a slew of them. You got a slew of kids. One of them dancing around here on the floor tonight, just twirling around. Just twirling around. So through that real piece of loss and a false prophecy, some of you right now need to cancel some false prophecies. I'm telling you, some of you have had words spoken over you that were not the Lord. You came into agreement with a voice of authority that wasn't the Lord speaking to you. This happens a lot of times through medical diagnosis. And we enter into something called the placebo effect. We begin to come into agreement with that which has been spoken to us, and the thing becomes real. I can tell you some stories where I've seen that happen. So come out of agreement tonight. Come out of agreement with the diagnosis. I saw on the news about 6 months ago a girl in her 20s who the medical folks did some genetic testing on her back when she was 10, 11, 12 years old. And they told her that she had a gene for Huntington's disease. I'm not even sure what Huntington's disease is, but it's not good. And so this girl, this is on national news, this girl has been preparing for a life with Huntington's disease for 10 to 20 years. It's not yet manifested, but she is convinced it will be manifested. And she's preparing for a life with Huntington's disease because somebody sold her a bill of goods that amounts to genetic determinism. I am not a genetic determinist. It was told to me that I had a genetic predisposition for cancer when I was diagnosed with cancer, and they wanted me to enter into genetic testing. And something in me 14 years ago said, don't you do it. You don't need to do that. Why am I saying all that? You can come into agreement with some things that are not in the realm of the possibility that we feel under this pavilion tonight. So I'm calling you out of some stuff. I'm calling you out of some circumstantial agreement birthed in disappointment. Some of you have just moved here, or you're in the process. You've been in the process, and this doesn't look like you thought it would look. And you need to get over that real quickly. Because if you don't, you're going to be the one that's going to delay what's happening. I don't mean that ugly. You've got to get over that. Anybody that's been here 5.5, 6 years, or 14 years. So come out of agreement tonight. Man, I feel this. It's just endless. I could hand this mic off to 20 people right now, and you could just jump right in here. So just start releasing it right where you are. If you're starting to see some stuff, just release that into the atmosphere through your envisioned faith. You're being brought into remembrance tonight. There's some stuff way back there. I believe some of you have the possibility of catching a hold of Grandpa's dream, and you never even knew Grandpa. Come on. Can you feel it? There is enough frequency frustration. You new guys, anybody that's moved here, you need to know this. There's a lot of negative frequency over the state of South Carolina. A state whose destiny, I believe, is to breathe hope into the nation. It's on our confounded license plate. Yet if you ask anybody, I asked my father 30 years ago, what's the deal with South Carolina? And he called it a spirit of despair, and he was not a spiritual man. You can feel that frequency. Welcome to South Carolina. But you see, you've got to counter that thing. We've got to counter that and send out a frequency of hope and confident expectation. I'm releasing that to you tonight as a son of this state. You moved here to have breathed into you an indomitable spirit of hope. I'm giving it to you. Just take it right now. You didn't come here to get depressed. You didn't come here to get defeated. You didn't come here to tuck your tail after you moved here 4 years ago and go back home worse off than you came here. That's not why you came. I feel that. So if you've been pinched, take heart. It's not over. The conclusion has not been written yet. The last chapter of the book has not been written on your life. I feel that tonight. Man, I feel that. I want to run around this pavilion. Can I speak into some despair? Can I speak into some agreement with bad news? Can I speak into some agreement with disappointment? I feel a river in this room washing it out. You have unlimited hope because you have access to unlimited love. You have access to someone who has promised to you tonight through his voice, I will never, ever let you go. I want to strengthen it a little bit. It is utterly impossible for him to let you go. You know what the problem is? We get into a situation that creates a certain vibration in our hearts that makes it hard to access, never let go. You have need of endurance. I have need of endurance. So that when you go through various sundry trials, that you learn patience, that patience will do its perfect work, causing you to endure, to stay in the same place. I'm speaking that over you tonight. You are strong enough to endure the trial. Let me go ahead and tell you, the trial will come. Amen? Can I get a witness on that? Right, Jess? She's lost both of her parents before she should have. And yet tonight, there's a frequency. Jess, I want to say to you tonight, you endured. You endured. You could have cursed the heavens. You could have cursed God. And you could have screamed out, it's not fair. Because it wasn't fair. But somewhere in the middle of that, you stayed open enough. And that openness, even as it painfully broke you further open, allowed you to receive an unfolding inheritance. And now you're receiving that now. Isn't that good, y'all? I put her up here as a witness to some of you. The whole womb thing. Look at her and feel the frequency coming out of her. And hear me, if there's anybody in this room who has been touched with the feeling of people's infirmities, I'm that guy. I'm a counselor by nature because I care about people and I want to see wounds healed. I can walk in a room like this and go, up, 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 up. And so I want to say to you, I say that to say, I'm not denying the reality of pain. I'm not denying the reality of disappointment. Hear me loud and clear. In fact, in order for you to get to the place, if you want to sit down, go ahead and sit down for a while. Y'all just been, unless you want to stand up, stand up. I kind of feel like I'm going to be running in this for a long time. As long as there's grace to do whatever, if you want to play and the rest of you guys take a break, and Matt, we may shift where you can sit down. Just kind of keep that tune going. So y'all are good. What was I saying? You weren't listening, right? Pain. There it is. I don't want to do an end run around anybody's pain tonight. Okay? And I don't want to do an end run around anybody that's watching by live stream or that will, about some of you are in the middle of some stuff. But that does not cut short the ability of the frequency of perfect love to reach you. I feel that confidently. I feel that. I want you to feel that. I want you to take heart during a long season of pinching. Thank you so much for that, Ben. That's just so necessary. We've been pinched, y'all. We're being pinched. And I'm not saying he's doing all the pinching. Sometimes life just happens. But in the middle of feeling constricted and pressured and tensed and afraid, along comes the service tonight that brings us into such remembrance that we can walk out going to the heavens. Whom shall I be? Whom shall I fear? I feel that right now. What am I afraid of? Not afraid of how I'm going to pay the next bill. Not afraid of that spot on my forehead. I'm not afraid of that in my body. You see? Not afraid. I had an encounter with the Lord this week. And this won't make me look good, but it's I don't care. Around anticipating or imagining things that have not happened. And that really I had no cause to start anticipating, but I just found myself doing it. And when I did that, I could feel the frequency inside of me pulling me down into a rat hole. And so I had an encounter with him around that. Am I talking to anybody? You see? Well, you can come out of that. There's grace tonight to oh man, I feel this. All right, look at me. Right now I'm going to reach in and I want to pull some of you out of that future. Come on back. Come on back. Come back. Come on back. I want you to come back until you're as here in this room as me standing in front of you. Come on out of that future. As Damon says, Damon calls it future tripping. I like that. Can you stop it? Can you come back? You know the best translation of the word Yahweh, which is the most complete expression of the name of the one who's unnameable. Yahweh. Best translation I've heard, and I've added my own pieces to it, and it's this, the one who is perfectly, presently present. Which means this, he is completely now, in this moment, right here. Everything you need of him is right here. This will change your life. Yeah, you've got to knock. Yeah, you've got to seek. But it's not because he's far off. It's about what's going on with me. I need to call some of you out of a future where you've envisioned a certain situation getting worse, or just imagining something out of the blue. Come on back. Every fantasy I've ever had since I was diagnosed with cancer 14 years ago has never happened. Not one of them. Not even the one the oncologist spoke to me about, well, you know, the day may come in 4 years or 5 years or 7 years where this thing's going to come back. And I wanted to curse at her and go, no. I didn't future trip. I didn't go there. I call some of you out of agreement to what's been spoken over your body. Come on. And I love these kind of meetings. Come on back. Come on back to the present, to the one who's completely here now, perfectly, presently present. In every possible way it is possible for him to be here, he is here. How can I say that? It's all a resonating frequency. It's all in being able to tap into an energy. Agnes Sanford said, in order to have light, you've got to be connected to electricity. Said you can have a house with light bulbs and wires, but if you don't flip the switch, the light will never come on. I believe some switches are being flipped tonight. But you've got to flip that switch. All the prophetic that's going on here tonight has served one purpose: exhortation. To come along and to encourage you and to bring you into remembrance. But now you got to walk over to that switch right there and just go, that light's on, and I'm going to see it on. I'm telling you, some of you are seeing some stuff tonight that you're going to hand off to your kids. And you're going to say, Mama has been dreaming about this all her life. And now you're going to carry it into fruition. I have high hopes for you. I'm one of the older persons in here. I plan on being around a long time, maybe even forever. But some of you will probably outlast me. Most of you will. I've got some dreams. I need you to finish. You hear me? You feel that? Can you come into agreement with that and go, absolutely. Absolutely, Johnson. Absolutely. And I feel it. I want you to breathe this in. Just breathe him in. He is wind. He is spirit. He is breath. I am so confident of the nearness of God. Hear me out. I want to give this to you. And some of you, if you take what I'm about to give you home, I guarantee you to change your life. Some of you, it's already doing it. I have every confidence that the fullness of the Spirit of Jesus the Christ, the fullness is in the very next breath I breathe. That listen to me, he has encoded into the very, and I can prove this to you, by the way. I can prove it to you. Saw the proof in a secular college meteorology textbook that I've told that story a dozen times. I'm probably not going to tell it tonight. I'm just going to give you the end of it. That the same breath that was in the breath that Jesus breathed 2,000 years ago, the molecules that were in his lung that he breathed in have now so permeated Earth's atmosphere that the very same breath that was in Jesus' lungs is in the very next breath you breathe. Now, you can do a couple things that. You can go, oh, wow. Or you can go, I don't believe that. Don't be stupid. Or you can go, and you can begin to see him as he did in John 21, where he breathed on the disciples, and what happened to them? You know that story? What happened? They received what? The Holy Spirit. It's the only gospel that records it like that. He breathes on them. You know the whole point of the crucifixion was asphyxiation. Take his breath away. I believe that's why there's this emphasis in the crucifixion narratives where he breathes his last and releases his spirit. They couldn't take his breath away. He voluntarily gave it. Could not take the spirit in which he indwelled. God, I feel this all over me tonight. So his breath is as close as the air you breathe. For 20 years now, I've been practicing that with men coming in and out of remembrance until the last 2 months. I have ratcheted it to a level I've never done before. I've already seen physical healing in my body by simply breathing a little deeper. Just bring it a little deeper. Just bring it a little deeper. We got anybody with lung issues? Sharon, I know you do. Anybody else? Anybody got any lung issues? Okay, you. I want you to take me up on that, okay? Sharon, you too. I know you and I do this a lot and we talk about this a lot. But 2 people with lung issues. I want to speak into your lungs. I want both of you right now in this group, just take a deep breath. Just close your eyes and just take a deep breath. And just breathe them in. The rest of you do it too. Just by faith. I don't have a lung issue, but I got another issue. I just want to start. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to begin to envision the molecules of Jesus' breath going into your lungs. And then they're going to reach, ultimately, if you breathe deep enough, they're going to reach a penetration point. And that oxygen in your lungs is going to be converted into your bloodstream. And it's going to flow to every part of your body. Oxygenated blood. I like to call it infused blood. Come on, just see it happening right now. I feel so much energy in me right now, just speaking on that. There you go. I'm watching some of you breathe, and some of you got a little bit too much tension. And you're breathing like this. Look at me. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen to some of you. If you practice a faith-filled, infusive breath of the Holy Spirit, you're going to find some tears. And you're going to find some tension. When I first reconnected with this a couple of months ago, I was in a meeting with Damon, actually. And I took that breath to a place where it touched some tension inside of me that I came that close to having a panic attack. Scared the bazooilies out of me because it accessed a place where my body had stored fear. I feel tonight there's a breaking of your bondage cellularly with fear, possible inside of a faith-filled breath, and a process of faith-filled breathing. On the other side of this, whatever we're in, I can already see us for an afternoon just teaching you how to breathe. Not that I'm an expert. I just have a passion that I can't lock up in me about just, come on, he's right. He's as close as your next breath. I feel that, man, I feel that. I got notes upon notes upon notes upon notes on the vital breath. Just, who cares? What I want you to do right now is just breathe. And I want you to just breathe them in. If it helps, see him right here in the room, just close to you. That's so easy for me to give. That's why I can say, while I breathe, I hope. That's the license plate. And if I lose the breath of hope, I lose everything. You know what my breath of hope is rooted in? Matthew, it's rooted in the reality you sang, which is, he'll never, never let us go. Cannot. We are currently, presently, right now, wrapped up in the frequency of an unfolding love. And if we got to the place where we were perfectly one with it, there's no telling what we'd be able to see in this room right now. Some of you already are. You're going to be able to see realities almost like somebody putting a zipper in the room and all of a sudden things breaking in. It's already happened here tonight with the stuff you've been able to see. You stay in this place, you go deeper in this place, I say to you tonight what Jesus said, all things are possible. But we have to learn to endure. We got to learn to stay here. I'm telling you again, it's going to take some intergenerational endurance to see some things come to pass. And the humility to be able to say, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I still got a split in my fingernail tonight. I got other things going on, but it's time to start to work on them and start reaching in and enduring and going deeper. Hence the pinch point word. You see, the point of remembrance tonight is to do a deeper thing, to remember you, put you back together. To remember in order to remember. There's some remembering going on tonight. When I turned around early in the worship service and saw people jumping, nobody having to tell you to jump, I saw remembering going on. You were the closest one to me, Jessica, and I really saw it with you. Just stuff coming together, pulling things back in. See, there's a centripetal thing that happens in these worship service. Centrifugal throws things out. Centripetal pulls it to a center. And there's a lot of centripetal energy in here tonight. If we can get one centripetally, then the day will come when there will be a centrifugal explosion out of the oneness that comes. Now, here's the deal. Man, I feel this thing going all over the place. Let me ask you a question. What is the great prayer of Jesus? Matt, is that going to feed back if I walk in front of that speaker? Let me cut it off. What would you say, biblical question 101, Bible school, what is the great prayer of Jesus? Where do you find the great prayer of Jesus? I'll give you a hint. It's not what we call the Lord's Prayer. I've got apostolic approval on that statement. A few weeks ago, he and I were talking, and he said the Lord's Prayer is really the Apostles' Prayer, but so it's not the Lord's Prayer. So what is it? And where is it? This thing got an answer? It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. I'm going to tell you what it is anyway. I believe it's really John 15, 16, 17. But concentrated in John 17 is the great prayer of Jesus. Now let me ask you this. What is the great longing in that prayer of Jesus? Here's what I think he's doing right now. Like I know what he's doing right now. I know one thing he's doing. He's emitting a frequency that's yearning to see this prayer answered. And that's why, Ben, you're on to something tonight, that there is an anticipation in heaven. Can a group of people so enter into this thing that the great prayer of Jesus will begin to be answered on earth as it is in heaven? So what is that great prayer? It's real simple. And I find myself, as much as I'm going back to the vital breath, I'm going back to the great prayer of Jesus. For me, it's John 17, 22, and 23. John 17, 22, and 23. Listen to this. Here's the great prayer of Jesus. And the glory which you gave me, I have given them, that they may be one just as we are one. I in them and you in me, that they may be made perfect in one. And that the world may know that you have sent me and have loved them as you have loved me. That's a part of the great prayer of Jesus. I think it contains something tonight that we cannot afford to forget. So let me go back to where I was. So Yeshua is standing at the right hand of Father in a state of perfect oneness in the perichoresis circle. I don't know what's going on in heaven, but this is going on. There's a circle dance, and there's a complete, absolute oneness in that circle. No division, no duplicity, no contradiction, no disharmony, nobody in a bad mood, nobody going to lose fellowship with each other. You see? There's a perfect oneness there, and the longing of Yeshua and the frequency of the Holy Spirit sent into the earthly dimension is yearning, let me speak to you individually first, to bring you into a state of perfect oneness. Wholeness. Perfect, I like to call it this, perfect oneness with perfect love. You've heard me say that a lot. That's become the prayer I pray every day. Simple prayer. I think of you, Jim Brock. I think of, Lord, make him perfect in one. Candy, make her perfect in one. Jacob, may you be made perfect in one. Chris, may you be made perfect in one. Austin, may you be made perfect in one. Completely, utterly integrated. Perfect oneness. And then, if I can get in a state of oneness, here's the next thing, and here's where we get convoluted. You know the reason churches are always falling apart and fighting and fussing and disagreeing? Is because the individuals who make up that body have not been brought into a place of internal oneness. I can never be one with you if I've not been made one with me. Otherwise, I'm going to have internal fracture, division, double-mindedness. And if I'm double-minded, two-souled, really is what James is saying, then you're going to feel that frequency disharmony. But if I've been brought into a state of oneness with him who's perfectly one with each other in love, then I am able to love you with a complete oneness. And then from that place, we are able to love each other, that they may be made perfect in one. I think we got a little ways to go yet, don't we? Because I guarantee you just about every one of us came in here tonight and looked at one person and probably just went, yeah, but Wyatt Sippy, you know. There's something about him just grates on me, you see? I don't know what it is about me and that girl, but we just don't jihad. Why is it that whenever I see blank, it just irritates the hound out of me? Am I the only one in here that feels that? As Damon loves to say, oh yeah, I guess you guys are just too spiritual to admit that. Come on, you get it? So you see what's got to happen? But on nights like tonight, it's easy. Because he does something so deep in me that it's easy for me to go down the aisle and honestly not have a ank. Now, can I stay there? Can we stay there? Can we build a family that can do that for generations without somebody flipping the middle finger and saying, I'm done with you guys and I'm gone? Right? Let's just be real. He's after perfect oneness. He's after perfect oneness. Let me just read this to you. What does that mean? This is the great prayer of Jesus, the great longing that we could be made perfect in one by way of a perfect oneness with the same perfect love he experienced with the Father. Me, completely now here in union with the one who's completely now here is perfect love. This is what it means to be perfect in one and thus fulfill the great longing of Yeshua. No distractions. Listen to this part. No distractions. Nothing internally pulling me apart. No fear. Right, Matt? You good back there? If you're tired, you can quit, but you can hang on a few minutes. We'll be wrapping up here in a minute. I just love that sound. There's a frequency coming through him tonight. No distractions. In other words, nobody's future tripping. Nobody's on to tomorrow. You with me? We're all right here, and we're so glued into this moment, we can't be distracted. Nothing internally pulling me apart. You know what I spend most of my time dealing with when I talk to people is pulling them back into a place of internal oneness. Just about everybody who's had an in-depth conversation with me will laugh over what I'm about to say, because I go, now show me that part of you that feels such and such. Where's that part of you that feels rejected? Where's that part of you that carries that memory of loss? Where's that part of you that's stuck in that traumatic experience that happened 20 years ago? You see? That's internal division. That's internal conflict. I can't be one if hear me, boy, this is coming. I cannot be one with him if I am still bonded to something in my past. Now, what I'm feeling here tonight is the power of a love that can come and can dissolve the bonds that connect me to my past and even to compulsive behavior. I feel it. I feel the flow. I feel enough internal oneness tonight to say that there are some compulsions that have been driving some of you crazy that can begin to be dissolved by a simple, deeper than you ever breathed breath of Yeshua. Come on, I feel that. So, no distractions, nothing internally pulling me apart, no fear, no inner duplicity or debate or doubt or tumult on the inside. How many of you feel like you got these voices in your head that you have to fight with? That's one of the things scripturally that was going on with Martha the very night Jesus came to her house and Mary found her way at her feet. Martha was battling stuff on three fronts: distraction, worry, and inner noise. She had a lot of going inside her head that kept her out of a moment. I've seen that happen in church 1,000 times, in meetings. I've seen it tonight. It's shifting, but I could look out and go, that person right now is so distracted or so internally inked that they can't connect to the sound. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? You've been there. Okay, that's what we're talking about. So this is the oneness that's heading in that's in front of us. No place inside of me that carries any of the tension that could find its way inside of me by me abiding in something other than love. What are you hanging out with on the inside that's not love? We already alluded to fear. That's the big enemy of love. And I feel the grace tonight for a love to come to begin to plant you in a place where some of this stuff can really be dealt with. So, no tension. Can you come with me? You agree? Is that possible? Can you live beyond internal tension? I'm going to cover every one of them. No stress. No stress. No fear. No guilt. No shame. No unforgiveness. No self-condemnation. On and on and on and on. Every organ and tissue and cell well and whole and at rest. All systems cohering. See, I'm seeing that right now. I spend a fair amount of time, not every day, but when I get in the secret place, breathing him in and seeing him go into various systems in my body that are functioning right now without me having to give a thought to them. It's an amazing thing we've been given in our bodies. An amazing, absolutely beautiful, incredible gift of God. That when we enter into the fullness of beloved identity, let me tell you something, you will carry in, this is going to mess with some of you's religion, and it needs to. When you enter into the fullness of beloved identity, you will carry the light of 1,000 suns, S-U-N-S and S-O-N-S. Luminescent anthropology. I believe when we get to the place of perfect oneness, we will shine. Damon has prophesied this. I'm not speaking anything you haven't already heard. He's just bringing it back to remembrance after we've been pinched for so long, because it's easy to forget that. Let me read that again. No tension, no stress, no fear, no guilt, no shame, no unforgiveness, no self-condemnation. Every organ and tissue and cell well and whole and at rest. All systems cohering, Melissa Richardson. Right? You did it. She's gone through probably one of the biggest pinches in this room. I also see you one day not too far away giving some of your story right here. And if you don't know Melissa, raise your hand. I'm going to put you on the spot. She was diagnosed with cancer, what, March of 2020? Yeah, close enough. Yeah, right. Yeah, April 2020, right when the pandemic hit. Pretty serious diagnosis with cancer. And I watched this lady embrace a healing process where she just did this at every level I've ever seen somebody do. I've told her a number of times, I said, you're a poster child to how I would walk somebody through cancer. And I believe every cell, every tissue, every organ inside of you is cohering. And see, look at her. She's nodding her head, and she's smiling, a look that confirms to me that you're in agreement. There's not a part of you that blows back in fear or doubt, that you can rest in Abba's beloved identity. It's an amazing, amazing thing. Thank you. So, what is this great prayer of Jesus? Me wholly here, inside the energy of love of the one who's wholly, completely here now as perfect love. I can read this stuff all night long, but I think I'll quit. Man, I feel it. Silver and gold I do not have, but I feel a flow of the energetic power of love tonight. Take a deep breath of this. Now, let me help you do something by faith. Can you faith something with me? I want you to see yourself going home, walking into your house, and I want you to see things differently in the light of what happened here tonight. See the old place you came out of 2 hours ago. Now see yourself going back home and believing it can be different and that it is different, that the relationships will be different, that the space inside of your house will be different, and the space inside of you will be different. See yourself waking up tomorrow morning. You can do this. In fact, I'll say you must do this. You have to do this. Heaven is energetically frequencing towards you the ability to do this. You can do this. You can carry this. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Let that go in. Let it go in. Let it go all the way in. It's okay. It's okay. I think it's appropriate. I caught your eye because I know some of this tonight's been a struggle for you. And it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. There you go. Let it go in. Sometimes tears have to come to break apart the old frequency connections, the bondage to the negative energy. I'm telling you. For somebody who used to not be able to cry, I've become an expert in crying. Just let it come up. Let it come up. I want to look in deeply into any disappointment. discouragement, hurt, loss. Some of it I know, is I know who you are. But just let it happen. That's why you move here. He wants to do some things in you to finish some stuff, to open up a whole new world that you saw in your sister and brother-in-law and their family. It drew you here. It drew all of you here. You're not going to be left out. You're not going to be left behind. You matter. Your frequency matters. You finding a depth of the joy of God pulsating through you that seems almost impossible right now will come out of you as easily as water running down a stream in the mountain. I can see it. I can see a smile coming out of you that seems impossible tonight. Rivers of living water, rivers of joy, washing away all the sadness, all the disappointment. Not just for her. Somebody else go, me too. I feel it tonight. I wish I had time. I wish we had time where we could just look into every single person and just say, you matter. And your frequency is perfect love, and perfectly one with perfect love matters in the cosmos. Agnes Sanford is one of the great heroes that I've ever encountered. She died back when I was in my 20s. I never met her, but I discovered her book, The Healing Light, back in 1990. And Agnes used to say, I read her biography too, Agnes used to say that she said, I think heaven, if it's the place of harps and pearly gates, she said, that sounds like a dreadfully boring place. And she said this, she said, I kind of hope that when I die and I go to heaven, the Lord's going to say, Agnes, I've got another assignment for you. And she said, maybe he'll send me to some galaxy on the far side of the cosmos, on some little world. I'm messing with some of you's theology right now, because you probably think we're it, out of this incredibly big universe, that we're it. Okay, that's okay. But there's Agnes. She said, I hope he'll put me in a place where then I am able to steward to the next level, because what I stewarded here prepared me to steward something even greater in another place. I think there's so much of our thinking he wants to change. So I want to send you home tonight into great possibility. I want to send you home into all things are possible. You too. You too. You too. You're not alone. You're not alone. Let it come up. I know these are, I know y'all hate it when we do this, but sometimes it's necessary. He sees you. You're seen. You're seen, and what he sees in you, deep down inside of you, is vitally important. Vitally important. Receive that. Receive that prayer. Yeah, let it hit you. Go in a little deeper. Let it rearrange some stuff. It's okay. It's okay. Come on. There you go. It's all right. It's okay. I don't care if you cry. We're all family here. It's all right. Yeah, this got to happen. Come on. There you go. There you go. It's okay. Yeah, let it go. Let it go. It's deep. It's deep. Just keep letting it come up. Keep letting it come up. Most important thing is for you to know you've been seen. Okay? Wow. Wow. Well, I just want to send you home in the confidence of what's been poured out in this room tonight. And it's just me. I want to thank everybody that's jumped in. Matt, thank you. I know your hands are going to be sore tomorrow, but it's good, isn't it? It's really good. Obviously, we want to encourage everybody to give. We just like to remind everybody of that opportunity. Jordan, I think the essence is DTM is making some changes about how that's done. Those instructions are pretty clear. Do what? Go on Facebook, and there's some stuff they're updating and all of that, so just be aware of that. Be aware of that. But thank you for your faithfulness. It's amazing how faithful you guys have continued to give in an incredibly pinched time. So just lift your hands up in a posture of thanksgiving tonight before we head out of here. And I want you to breathe it in. And I believe as you breathe in faith tonight, that you will be given remembrance. That this breath and the ability to continue to breathe this vital breath of the deep and abiding love of Abba will thrust you into the Abba reality. And you too will be made perfect in one. Keep the faith. Maintain the course. And we send you forth tonight in the power of Shalom, the energetic frequency of His wholeness, His wellness, His completeness. Just receive that. Enjoy each other before you head out of here, and stay dialed in terms of where we go from here. Thank you for jumping in tonight. Thank you for making this happen. You're an incredible group of people. This has been fun to stand up here and just kind of help steward this tonight, but you've really stewarded it. You did. You received this. Peace. Shalom.
All bow down to you. Zion's gates are open. New Jerusalem, city of our God is finally coming down. Your light overtakes the darkness. Your love is breaking through. Kings and the kingdoms